kids, welcome back to science class. Let's talk about what happened to this environment. Look at the roof of that house. What are those pointed whitish things hanging at the top of the roof? Why is the ground covered with these small white ice particles? What are those things called? Let me tell you about them and how they came to be in this environment. I will begin with that one at the top of the roof. They are called icicles. The house was not designed to have those things. No one has put them there. So how did they get there? Well, those icicles used to be snow. I mean those other small white ice particles on the ground. The snowflakes usually form in the clouds. When tiny ice particles stick together and become heavy enough in the cloud, they fall to the ground, splitting into smaller pieces as they fall. As the snowflakes fall, they land on things which are exposed to the outer environment, including trees and buildings. During certain times, the environment gets a bit warm and the snowflakes begin to melt. When this happens, those hanging at the top of the roof and other things begin to drop, but before they would drop off completely, the temperature becomes very low again, and the snowflakes that were dropping freezes again and becomes icicles. But you may be wondering how cold the atmosphere would be that it could freeze certain things. Well, the temperature during those times goes below 32 degrees. That's cold enough to freeze water. Can you tell the temperature of the atmosphere where you are staying right now? You can find out with the thermometer. But there is still another question to be answered. What happened that the temperature got so low, below 32 degrees? That takes us back to the Earth's movement. Did you remember the Earth's tilt? Yes, the same Earth's tilt that causes the hot summer weather also causes the freezing weather during winter. But the thing is that during summer, the Earth tilts towards the sun, but in winter, it tilts away from the sun, and as a result, we receive less sunlight, and this makes the temperature so cold that it brings snow, hail, and even sleet. The less sunlight also causes shorter days and longer nights. You wouldn't need a refrigerator to cool your water in winter, because the temperature of the atmosphere, which falls below 32 degrees, is enough to freeze water. But winter is not like this in all places. There are some parts of the earth that snow does not fall during winter. The temperature of the atmosphere does not get as low as 32 degrees, yet it still gets very cold in these places. What do you remember that we have discussed during this lesson? Here are some of the main things we have talked about. Winter is the coldest season of the year. The temperature can get as low as 32 degrees, and when this happens, there could be snow, icicles, hail, and sleet. Winter also has shorter days and longer nights. All of these things happen because the earth tilts away from the sun. Thanks for joining us in today's lesson. Please attempt your quizzes and do well to join us in the next class. Goodbye.